Welcome to our continuing series, Questions and Answers, from the works of Sri Aurobindo and the Mother. Atheism, Part 2, from Sri Aurobindo, continued. Science has been declared suspect as a guide or instructor of mankind, and bidden to remain parked within her proper limits, because she was for long the ally of the material view of existence, a suggester of atheism and agnosticism, a victory bringer of materialism and skepticism, the throne of their reign, or pillar of their stability. Reason has been challenged because rationalism and free thought were appropriated as synonyms of materialistic thinking. Christianity destroyed paganism in Europe. Therefore, since any immediate or very rapid triumph of skeptical free thought would be too happily abrupt a transition to be quite feasible, we unenlightened, polluted, impure Hindus are advised to take up for a time with Christianity. Poor, irrational thing that it is, dark and deformed, though it looks in the ample light of the positivist reason, because Christianity, and especially Protestant Christianity, will be at least a good preparatory step towards the noble freedom and stainless purities of atheism and agnosticism. In emerging, therefore, out of the materialistic period of human knowledge, we must be careful that we do not rashly condemn what we are leaving, or throw away even one tittle of its gains, before we can summon perceptions and powers that are well grasped and secure to occupy their place. Rather, we shall observe with respect and wonder the work that atheism has done for the divine, and admire the services that agnosticism has rendered in preparing the illimitable increase of knowledge. In our world, error is continually the handmaid and pathfinder of truth. For error is really a half-truth that stumbles because of its limitations. Often, it is truth that wears a disguise in order to arrive unobserved near to its goal. Well, if it could always be as it has been in the great period we are leaving, the faithful handmaid, severe, conscientious, clean-handed, luminous within its limits, a half-truth, and not a reckless and presumptuous aberration. Time, however, in its revolution, is turning back on itself, and there are signs that if Hinduism is to last, and we are not to plunge into the vortex of scientific atheism and the breakdown of moral ideals, which is engulfing Europe, it must survive as the religion of Vyasa, for which Vedanta, Sankhya, and Yoga combined to lay the foundations, which Sri Krishna announced and which Vyasa formulated. The ages of naturalistic atheism have always been short-lived because they can never satisfy the secret knowledge in man. That cannot be the final Veda because it does not correspond with the Veda within, which all mental knowledge is laboring to bring out. From the moment that this lack of correspondence is felt, a solution, however skillful it may be, and however logically complete, has been judged by the eternal witness in man and is doomed. It cannot be the last word of knowledge. How can there be a religion which has no rigid dogmas demanding belief on pain of eternal damnation, no theological postulates, even no fixed theology, no credo, distinguishing it from antagonistic or rival religions? How can there be a religion which has no papal head, no governing ecclesiastic body, no church, chapel, or congregational system, no binding religious form of any kind, obligatory on all its adherents, no one administration and discipline? For the Hindu priests are mere ceremonial officiants without any ecclesiastical authority or disciplinary powers, and the pundits are mere interpreters of the Shastra, not the lawgivers of the religion or its rulers. How again can Hinduism be called a religion when it admits all beliefs, allowing even a kind of high-reaching atheism and agnosticism, and permits all possible spiritual experiences, all kinds of religious adventures? The unity of the material universe has now been acknowledged by the scientific intellect of Europe, and the high priests of atheism and materialism in Germany have declared the ekam evajitam in matter with no uncertain voice. In so doing, they have merely reaffirmed the discovery made by Indian masters of the yogic science thousands of years ago. But the European scientists have not discovered any sure and certain methods, such as they have in dealing with gross matter, for investigating psychical phenomena. They can only observe the most external manifestations of mind in action. But in these manifestations, the mind is so much enveloped in the action of the outer aspects and seems so dependent on them that it is very difficult for the observer to find out the springs of its action or any regularity in its working.